Hey guys, Chemical Gamer here, bringing another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet video. So today, with the introduction of the new final DLC, I just wanted to talk about how to get the new Pokemon Pecharunt really fast, and then also we're going to talk about its competitive viability. So I'll leave timestamps too, but let's first go ahead and just talk about how to get this Pokemon before we hop into Pokemon Showdown here. So it's going to be really easy to get this thing started here. We just can go on to the Poke Portal. We're going to go into Mystery Gift. And then we're going to collect via the internet here. And that's just going to allow us to get the item to get this new quest started. I'm not actually going to do the whole quest right now. I just want to show you how to get it started because it's a little bit confusing, I think, just for like the beginning part here. What's this one? I didn't even know about this one. So I guess there's another mystery gift too. What's this going to be here? Some items, or I didn't even see what it said. Oh, nice. All right, but this is the one you want here to get the new mythical Pokemon. We're gonna get this here, and then we can get that quest started for us. So that is loud. That is very, very loud. We get the mythical Pechaberry. Awesome. And we'll disconnect for the internet. Head back out of here. And then the next step here you're going to want to do, so in order to start this quest now that we have this item, we have to make sure that we beat all of the Paldea story, so including like beating the Ace Academy tournament, done all of the Kitakami storyline, and then all of the stuff for the Blueberry Academy. Once we've completed all the story, then we can start this, and once we have this item in our inventory here. And we're just going to go ahead and interact with this item here. In Kitakami, right out of that like main central area, we'd go to the shop. You don't actually talk to the shopkeeper, you interact with this item here, and then that's going to get the quest started for you. So I'm not going to do the rest. I'll let you guys go and do this for yourselves and play through the quest, but let's go ahead and hop into Pokemon Showdown here and talk about this Pokemon a little bit. Alrighty, so here we are in Pokemon Showdown, and I'm actually doing this blind here, so I've never actually taken a look at this Pokemon yet. So I kind of just want to do this, my first impressions of this Pokemon here, and just see how this Pokemon's going to be. Now it is a mythical Pokemon, which means it's not really going to be available in most of the battle seasons here. Every once in a while they do a fun event or like a tournament that allows you to use mythical Pokemon, or if you're playing in a format where you can play with mythical Pokemon, like in the Smogon rule sets, you know, that's where this Pokemon's going to be good to use. But it's still always fun to look at new Pokemon here and see what we're working with. So taking a look at those stats right away, it's really, really interesting. Just 88 on all the stats except for 160 on the defense. So that's really fascinating here. What this reminds me of is like Dondozo's stat spread for defenses. And we take a look at Dondozo here. The reason I say that is like on the physical defensive side of things, with that 150 hit points, 115 defense, it's very, very similar to the 160 on the defense and the 88 on the hit points. It'd be fun to run some calcs and actually see how that compares. And then like special defensively too, just because we have such high hit points with the 65 special defense. That's probably going to be very similar defensively. So looks like the offensive power is going to be kind of limited on this Pokemon. It'll definitely have to rely on setup here, but defensively this Pokemon's going to be an absolute beast, especially on the physical side. Now taking a look at its, let's take a look at its ability next here. So Poison Puppeteer. If this Pokemon poisons the target, it also becomes confused. And this is really, really interesting combo here. Like way back in competitive, like in the very, very early gens, I would say that like poison plus confusion used to be a really, really good strategy. And it's kind of just tapered off in usage, because a lot of Pokemon lost access to Toxic, so they aren't able to like Toxic stall on a lot of Pokemon. And then they also nerfed Confuse too, so and now it only has a 30% chance to make the target confuse. And there's no guarantee of how long, like how many turns they're going to stay confused too. So I mean, it's just really like died down a lot in usage and viability. I will still use confusion in every once in a while, but it's not as viable as mainstream as it used to be as a good strategy to stall and deal with a lot of threats. But when you get the combination of just having that added extra effect of getting the confusion on them when you're getting that toxic, that's amazing. That's amazing because you're either going to force a switch or they're going to have to run the risk of hitting themselves and taking that extra chip damage from the poison and just having that timer take him down even further there. So I like that. I think that can be really, really threatening. And since we have like a shortage of Pokemon too that can just Toxic Stall right now, I know it's not always the most fun thing to go up against, but it is always something that's been really, really strong. You can really take care of a lot of people's teams, especially if you take care of the threats that can handle the status and take care of the poison. You can work around those threats, especially on a 6v6 match. Like, you're going to be golden. It's going to be super, super easy to win the rest of the match. You just have to play it very carefully. So I think that's going to be really, really strong here. Now taking a look at its moves here. Curse, Destiny Bond. Destiny Bond's a really, really cool one. I like that. With that base 88 speed tier, you're fast enough to really make some good use with that against a lot of Pokemon. Being faster than even... I think you're faster than Breloom too, right? Yeah, Breloom's super slow. But like you're gonna be faster than even Pokemon like Archaludon, and all those base 80 speed tier Pokemon too. If you want to run this in with a little bit of speed here, I think that could be kind of threatening. And you're already gonna be so naturally bulky. We've seen a ton of Pokemon that base 80 speed tier, like Dragonite, Mamoswine, Okidoki, Milotic. The list just keeps going on and on and on for that base 80 speed tier. That's been a really, really, really crucial speed tier with the Pokedex that we have been having access to for competitive in Scarlet and Violet. So I think that could be pretty good here. Malignant Chain, I'm assuming, is its signature move. So it's 100 base power, special move, with a 50% chance to badly poison the target. That is insane. It's only 8 PP, but that's pretty incredible there. That reminds me kind of like Ivy Cudgel. Now you're not like with the 88 special attack, you're not like doing crazy amounts of damage, but being stab and being base 100 with 100% accuracy, just with no repercussions and having that high chance to poison, it seems pretty incredible. I think that Toxic could probably just be just as viable, just to guaranteed get that poison down on them and get the confusion, but that's going to be really, really solid too. And I could see that pairing super, super well with that like really high defensive stat with like the Assault Vest, just getting that as a secondary effect and just kind of chipping away at them that way. That could be really, really awesome here. Memento, I always love. Follow play is going to be good because you're kind of limited with your offensive abilities. Nasty Plot's going to be really nice to set up with as well. Party Shot's going to be another really, really cool one. So I think between like having like Party Shot, and Destiny Bond and some of these other cool moves, Memento, there's definitely an argument to just like go like max hit points, max speed, and just outspeed the Pokemon that you're going to outspeed and just rely on those natural bulky stats for the other Pokemon that are going to be able to outspeed you, and just do some nice shenanigans there. You have really, really nice move pool, it looks like. Recover for Sustain is going to be really awesome. Protectors to stall with the Toxic is going to be nice. Do you get Hex? Hex. You do get Hex, so that's kind of cool too. Now you are... what typing are you again? Poison Ghost. So it's going to get that stab damage on the Hex too, which is really, really awesome here. What is that? What is that? It's been a while. I'm trying to think of like Gengar's typing in the matchups it has. Psychic's not too common right now, to be honest. Ground's kind of going to be always all over the place, but it seems like a pretty good defensive typing overall. Acid Spray, that's kind of awesome there too. I really, really like using Acid Spray just for that like extra effect. Yeah. I mean, I think this Pokemon's going to be really, really fun to use here. Rollout's kind of goofy. Is there anything else that I should be noting? You know, you could do with the Venoshock with the Toxic, but the thing is, your signature move is already doing so much damage to Malignant Chain, and you have access to so many other like neat coverage moves that I think that you don't even really need the Venoshock on this guy. I think Malignant Chain is just good enough here, so let's see if we can make a set and have some fun with this Pokemon here. Item. I think I would just run like maybe Leftovers so we can stall with this guy. Malignant Chain. Recover. You could... There's a lot of options. There's a lot of options. You could go Follow Play. You could go Protect and just stall. I think, honestly, I really like the Parting Shot too, because there's a lot of really good usage with that. Parting Shot, and Destiny Bond. I think that could be hilarious. I think that could be awesome. You're so defensive already, and I'm just gonna go like 252 plus. Go Timid here. I don't want to take those follow plays with that ghost typing. Go 252 and 4. And I think that this is solid. I think this is solid, especially if you wanted to play in like smoke gun rules or whatever. That's just going to be doing a lot of decent damage there, and you're going to get that chance to poison. You can just keep stalling with recover, and that confusion is going to make it rough for your opponent. Maybe after you get the poison on them too and they get confused, you're going to anticipate that switch out, and then you can Parting Shot because they're not going to want to miss and then take that extra chip damage. And then force a Parting Shot on a new Pokemon. And then you have that Destiny Bond just if you need it there at the end. Maybe you can trap a Pokemon on that, and I think that could be pretty terrifying. You have other cool options like Hex too. I think it's really cool with the Malignant Chain. If you want to do a Hex set, I think there's an argument just to even go like Toxic. And then Hex. You don't need the Destiny Bond, but I do like it. I do like having the Destiny Bond. It's kind of a neat option to have here. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of simple, kind of straightforward. You also have the Mean Look and the Curse, so that can be kind of cool. Curse trap Pokemon with those good defensive stats. There seems like there's a lot of things you could do. The Mean Look would be really, really cool too with that ability, forcing them to stay in with that confusion. You could do like Toxic and the Mean Look there and trap them that way. So yeah, I don't think there's much else to say about it. Kind of limited with the offensive power, but I think that with that ability, with that signature move, and just kind of that interesting move pool, it's going to be a lot of fun to use if you're using a format that you can use this new Pokemon. So I think that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thank you so much and have fun. Go ahead and getting Pecharunt in your game.